What? Okay, I'm just testing it out.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but is it sturdy? It's not.
It is.
Yeah.
It should be. Do you think it's gonna come off?
Or turn that family picture.
It's not feel sturdy.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria. Thank you so much for tuning in. So on this channel I talk about faith, relationships, lifestyle. So today I'm joined with my friend and we're going to be talking about all things faith, relationship, life. Do you want to introduce yourself? What's your name?
Hi, my name's Ola. Yes, it's going to be a great conversation. Can't wait.
Yeah, so it's going to be a good conversation, guys. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoy this carpool vlogging. So basically I saw someone else do this, so I thought that it would be fun to do. So yeah, we're just gonna flow the conversation, but make sure you guys do the usual: like, share, subscribe, and put your comments in the comment section below. Okay, so we're gonna talk about social media because we're literally just talking about social media and the fake life and how literally people are even pressured to have social media pages
100%.
if they don't even want to.
100%. Like even for me, so yeah, so I started something recently, and one of the things that led to like a quite a heated discussion was the fact that I don't have Instagram. I used to have Twitter. I came off Twitter. Yeah, literally.
I saw you came back on recently.
So I had to come back on recently, and I had to create an Instagram page. And I get it, obviously it's to promote the brand. Yeah. And to have a wider reach, which I get. But the thing for me is I've never enjoyed what I see on social media. And the amount of people that I know personally that have developed mental health issues just because of social media. Social media
anxiety. It's real,
crazy.
Social media anxiety is real.
Crazy. As in you see a great person and they'll see themselves as something so much less just because of social media and comparing with other people. They always say comparison is a steal of joy, isn't it? Yeah. So it's one of those things. If you're looking online all the time and your mind is always, you know what, like I need to be like that person, I need to be like this person,
and you're not reaching up to that.
Yeah, of course. And if you're seeing people around your age, for example, let's say for example,
buying houses, buying all these cars,
married,
going on holiday, getting married,
all these things.
Literally,
right? People now start comparing. They start. You don't focus on your own journey.
Yeah.
You start thinking, maybe I'm failing in life, kind of thing.
Yeah.
People think that they're failing in life. You know how many people I speak to, young people that are like 21, 22, 23, that I'll speak to, and they think they failed in life.
And they're 21, 22.
Because they haven't bought a house, or because they're not driving, or you just think, focus on your own journey. It's so important for us to actually encourage young people to do that. To actually focus on their own journey and don't watch anyone else's. Of course, it's easier said than done. I know it. But the thing is, if we can take practical steps to make sure that we are doing that, things like not being on social media. So for me, for example, I've created a page, right? Yeah. I've got an Instagram page now.
Follow him. I'll put the details somewhere. Do you want him to follow you or no?
We're building it, so you might as well please follow.
I'll put all those details in the description box so you guys can follow. But sorry, go on.
So I even lost my train of thought now.
So you created your social media page recently, didn't you?
So then from creating it, you then once I went back on Twitter, for example, I then realized why I came off it.
I feel like Twitter is such an ugly place. I'm sorry.
Literally immediately, I realized why I came off it, and it's just because what you're seeing on there. I was thinking it's just me. No. But when you think like what you see on there, you just nonsense. Just so much nonsense that you're seeing on there. And I always think, why do people enjoy this? Like, obviously there's a lot of like funny content that people post and stuff, which I miss, to be honest. Like the funny stuff I miss. I love a laugh.
No, but do you know what is though? The one thing I would say about Twitter is that Twitter is good for news. So
it's very informative.
You might not be checking the news, but Twitter will inform you. And I remember when the whole NSARS thing happened, I literally knew about it basically from like Instagram, Twitter, So it's good for that, but I think social media will also always be social media. So the only thing for me personally that I can do or people can do is take breaks. Like I try and take breaks every now and again.
Yeah, so I came off social media last year, January.
Oh wow, so you were off for a whole year?
So I came back on Snapchat for my birthday last year in November.
Yeah. Okay.
And everything else I was still off it. So then I came back on on Twitter obviously this month.
Yeah.
Created an Instagram page this month. So yeah, it's just so I can build a brand.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Even for me, it's literally just because of my business, my brand, all of that stuff. If not, I don't think I would even be on social media. So, there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. Literally.
And that's why, don't allow, what I'll say to people is don't allow social media to tell you, you know what, you're approaching 30, so you should be married, or you should have a house. So you should, even, what's even funny? Even apart from social media, people around you.
In general,
like if you go to, like for example, so I'm in my 30s, so a lot of my friends have been married, like they got married, obviously, I've been groomsmen. And each time, people will tell you, every single time, they're like, oh, what day you're on next? When is your own?
Do you know how much that annoys me? I spoke about that in one of my previous videos, about pressure.
Yeah, I saw it. And I was just, every time I'm just like, Auntie, when the time is
right,
when it's right, I will let you know. I will send you the IV myself. Don't worry. But the things like people, that sort of thing, if you're not a strong-minded person,
it will get to you.
It will play on your mind.
It will get to you.
And then you start thinking, oh, it's true, this person. And I see a lot. Sorry, females. I'm very sorry to say this, but I do see it more with females.
Of course.
When it comes to when they have a circle of friends, at least for example, the circle of friends, have they're in relationships or they're married, for them, it's just a lot of pressure,
Yeah, like I can get to a certain extent, but obviously this is something that I always promote, to not allow the pressure to get to you.
No,
but
not at all.
I can get it.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, for me personally on my journey, what's helped me is just that trust in God, like that trust that 100%. When the time is right, it will happen. 100%. And also even just seeing so many like failed relationships, failed marriages. It's just kind of like, someone actually posted something I read this morning on Instagram, and he basically was saying that there's nothing wrong with having a relationship in your 20s. Like, it's nothing to be embarrassed of. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, especially in the early 20s, feel like I need to have a relationship. I need to say that I've been in a relationship. Some people even feeling like they need to be pressured to have sex and all of that stuff.
Oh, that's another one.
And I just feel like, we're grown enough to know now that all of those things, all of those peer pressures is not worth it.
100%. And you know what, right? It's like when you were talking about failed relationships, for example.
Yeah.
So for me, like, it's so interesting to see how many people I know that are in relationships, and how many people, like my friends who know, that are in relationships, but they're not actually happy.
They're not happy. Yeah, they're not happy. It's a real thing.
It's absolutely crazy. So people think, you know what? Like, people always think about the wedding, not the marriage.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times, right? Stop. So a lot of the times, right, you find that people when they talk about marriage, they're actually talking about the
wedding day and that wedding period and that honeymoon period, the whole honeymoon.
Because when they say for better for worse, it really is.
It's
you need
for better for worse.
You need to think the very worst and the very best. Will I still appreciate this person? I love them the same. And personally for me, as you grow older, you realize that love is actually a choice.
Can you stop it? You're dropping some gems. Okay, let me just quickly talk on that, because I was thinking about that like just before. So a lot of our expectations, especially like, I don't know, okay, let me not say especially young people, but a lot of people's expectations, because of culture, the world we live in, on love is so wrong. So a lot of people, when we're growing up, I genuinely feel like we already grow up with that wrong idea of what love is. So we think love is a feeling, love is how I feel, love is how we look good together. But now, and I feel like obviously now, being grown up, thank God, like I feel like I've definitely gotten to that point where I'm starting to see love is literally 1 Corinthians 13, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, and it's so funny you mentioned that, because that I was actually reading it yesterday. When you just think, wow, like the selfless nature of love is insane.
It's a joke.
Absolutely
it's
insane.
It's not a joke, but I mean,
like even the Bible that says that there's no greater love that you can have than to give your life for your fellow person.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how much you have to love your partner.
Yeah.
Like, to be ready to even give up your life for that partner.
But this is the thing, some people don't even love themselves. So how do you even love someone else when you don't love yourself?
Oh, come and see Jen.
Whatever.
Alright.
No, but for real, because I feel like a lot of people, so I even have some friends, and I tell them this all the time, that we generally have to get to that point of loving ourselves, not in a selfish way, but when you don't even love yourself, you don't even like yourself, you don't even like spending time with yourself, but you expect somebody else to love you, you expect someone else to want to spend time with you, it doesn't correlate, you know?
At all.
It doesn't correlate. And I think for me personally, on my journey, I've had to get to that point of realizing that, wow, if I genuinely want to know the true purpose of love by the one who created love, I need to know the one who actually created love, rather than trying to form this whole idea in my head. I can't lie,
100%.
when I see, like, love is beautiful, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, love looks good. Like when I see people,
exactly.
it
When
looks
I think
good.
about the relationships that,
it looks good.
that I would want to emulate, and when I say emulate, I don't want to be like them, but the way that they love is, you know, like I can think about two of my boys that I'm just like, this is just amazing to see. Like such a genuine, you know, such a genuine show of love. You know, and it's consistent, you know, and you know the sacrifices that you know some of my boys had to make, you know, in order to make the relationships work.
Sacrifice.
You just think, what? Sacrifice and compromise in a relationship. If you're not ready to sacrifice and compromise, just like
But do you know what? One thing that I've been learning is that a lot of these things actually start on our single journey. So like when we're single, and I know that a lot of people obviously see singleness as, oh, it's a curse. Like, I hate being single. Singleness is not nice. I'm not with somebody.
You better enjoy being single.
Literally. And I feel like it's in that period that you grow and you develop and you learn in all these things. Not to say that it obviously entirely prepares you for marriage, because I mean, marriage will prepare you for marriage, like when you're actually in a marriage. But I feel like I obviously talk about singleness on my channel quite a bit, because I genuinely want people to understand that singleness is not a bad thing, and we shouldn't waste our singleness, because there's so much we can learn, grow and develop that can actually benefit our marriage as well.
100%.
So
like what you said earlier about if you don't love yourself, how can you
expect someone else to love you?
And it's like you're then bringing someone else into a space where there's no love because you don't love yourself before. Do you know what I mean?
And then when you bring children into it,
it's all a mess. We don't even understand ourselves.
We don't understand
People haven't even dealt with the insecurities.
Yes.
And you're bringing someone else into that space. That insecure space. Like you have to deal with all these things first. Otherwise, it's like a train crash. This insecurity and that insecurity come together.
Literally.
It's like a big collision. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's where you end up finding that, you know, they say that most marriages, especially black marriages, unfortunately, within the first 5 years, they break down.
It's sad.
And you know what's even more interesting is that most marriages break down after they have children.
Wow. So the children are already there, and then you feel like you need to stay together because obviously the children are there.
Not there. Do you know what I mean? No, it's tough, man. I can't lie. It's
I feel like human beings are obviously complex. So two human beings coming together in that complexity, that makes sense. It's a lot.
And then you think about the family dynamic as well.
Family dynamics.
Like think about people that get married, but then the families don't even get along.
Woo. There's just so much that goes into it. It just sounds so.
That's I always wonder with people. Like, so for me, for example, if I'm seeing someone, it's not just about seeing them.
Of course, their whole family.
I want to see what your whole family is set up,
and how you get along with them.
You know what I mean? And how you not even handle conflict, how you not even handle situations. Because
difficult times.
I want to meet your friends and the friends that you're closest to. So see, if things aren't going well in our relationship, what sort of advice would these people be giving you? Are they going to tell you to leave? Or are they going to say how you can work on things to make things better for both of you? Do you know what I mean? So for me, when I was younger, listen, it was infatuation.
Of course. A lot of it is infatuation when we're younger. A lot of it is lust. Like, let's just be real. A lot of it is how we feel.
Yes, exactly. But as you get older,
you have to learn this thing.
You learn. And that's why I'm a big fan of being single until you are really ready.
Until you are ready. Until God says you are ready. Because you can think you're ready, but if God is saying you're not ready, you're not ready, okay?
Really not, honestly.
100%.
And the thing is, one thing I really want everyone to really realize is that it's okay to not, that person that you feel like you spent so much time with, that you dedicate time to, put so much effort, it's okay for things not to work out. Like, you can really learn from it and take it into, maybe God even allowed you to meet that person so you can learn that lesson, so that by the time you then meet the person that is for you, you're ready.
I agree.
It's like gold, right? Gold has to go through refinement before it's appreciated. So
No,
But
that's
it's one
deep.
of those things,
That's
honestly,
deep.
it's one of those things, right? Before people can appreciate, it's like
Yeah,
you have to go through all of that. You have to go through challenges.
That's deep. So even marriages, even relationships have to go through that.
100%.
And be tested. Even that's deep because it's not that I didn't think about it, but I'm just being reminded of it now. Because obviously, as a single person, you might even face those times where you're going through the fire, but that could happen in marriage as well.
100%.
Wow, it's deep.
100%.
But can you withstand the fire when that time comes?
Exactly. Because it's always great when things are sweet.
Yeah.
Always
that
great.
honeymoon period.
Oh, listen. Best time of your life. Best time.
But what happens when difficult times come?
God forbid.
Yeah,
think about health issues.
Okay. I was gonna say just don't say anything negative, but yeah, go on.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say like think about
yeah,
health.
no, it's
like,
true, it's true.
This is the fact of life. Like there are people that when I used to work in a branch of a bank, right?
Yeah.
There's some people that you see coming in and they've been together for like 40 years. And in those 40 years, about 15, 20 years of the relationship, the other partners had health issues that has meant that this partner hasn't been able to do as much as they could have done in life because they have to look after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've sacrificed.
And that's not something they could have seen when they obviously got married.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are the things, right? It's even, when we talk about health, people even checking their blood types to make sure, do you know what I mean?
Blood types.
We don't promote these things enough.
We need to.
We need to promote them enough, like,
Do you know your blood type? So you never know. You're talking about you don't know your blood type. I'm not saying you should say it on camera.
No.
I'm just saying
I do know it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Do you know why I actually went to go check?
Yeah.
It was because of one of my friends that has sickle cell.
Okay.
But the parents, obviously, they were Nige. Right?
Yeah.
They weren't. They are Nige.
Yeah.
So those things don't get promoted back home.
Yeah.
So when it comes to talking about health,
they can't really talk about that because they don't. You can't give what you don't have. So if they don't have that knowledge, they won't be able to give it. Yeah.
And and she was the one that actually encouraged me to say like, actually go and do it because you just don't. Honestly, you just don't know.
It's better to
if you can prevent things. Then
prevention is better than cure. Yeah. Honestly.
And let's be honest, with the way that there's been so much. There's been so much has been developed. We've taken so many steps forward when it comes to like health
and information.
So it's like even if people do have things like sickle cell, for example. Even then, like it can be managed a lot better.
Yes.
It's not like you're signing you're signing off as though this person's going to cause you problems for life. But there will be challenges there. You know what I mean? But if you're happy, if you're happy
to put up with that. But at least you know what you're getting into before you get into it.
Yeah. Because you see, there's been people that literally that's been what split them up.
Yeah.
Like
that's so sad though.
Listen.
Or even like maybe they find out on the way. Yeah.
Like you think that you know your partner. Nah.
Until something goes wrong.
When things aren't going well, that's when you really know your partner. You need to make sure that you're looking at the right things in the person rather than what they actually have. You're actually looking at them as a person, as in who is this person? How would they react during challenges? What would they be doing? Would they be supportive?
Yeah.
Are they someone that's quite controlling? Or they, I mean, you have to think about all these things. What's their faith like? Biggest one. What's their faith like? Because if someone
does it align? Because one person believes in this thing, another person believes in that. Then
thank you. Because if someone doesn't, if they don't believe in God, if they're not a follower of Christ, then when challenges come,
who are they turning to? What are they turning to?
You know what I mean? Yeah. And now that we're in the age of people don't think about fixing things, they think about replacing it. If your phone screen cracks, people don't think let me go fix it. They think, let me get a new phone. Like we're so programmed to
just replace
things. So now that's the same way we now apply to relationships.
Wow. So rather than trying to fix it and work on it, people are more.
Who's the next person?
Wow.
And now that we're very, you can access someone that's in the USA right now.
Yeah.
Go on your
Technology,
Instagram.
Easy.
So it's very easy to connect. There's things like Hinge now. There's all these things.
All these different dating sites.
Exactly.
That'll be a video for another day because that'll be interesting to talk about. But we'll keep that for another day. To be honest, that's an interesting.
Honestly, and I feel like people, we do forget these things. That there's so much more we have to look at in the person than just what we're seeing.
On the outside.
On the outside, the guy might be driving a great car. Yeah. He might own 5 houses.
But
But
what if he has no substance inside?
Is he a very manipulative person?
Is he abusive?
Look at the word I'm really trying to say.
Okay.
Manipulative person.
Is he abusive?
Is he abusive?
Yeah.
You know, the topic.
There are so many topics to talk about, and I really want to talk about these topics on the channel. I just wish that there was more time, but there's obviously not enough time to talk about it. But it's been a great discussion, and
it has been.
You're definitely gonna be back one day. Whatever. You're gonna be back one day. You know you'll be back one day.
I will be back. No, it's been fun. I've actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
I'll be back. Hope you've enjoyed it, guys.
Hope you guys have enjoyed it. So do you want to leave your socials since you're now on socials so people can follow you?
Yes. So it's Ollie Gold. So it's OLLY_GO1 as a number 1 D. So Ollie Gold, Ollie_Gold. All socials.
All socials, sweet.
Yeah,
and you guys can follow me on Ria_X,
hey.
RIAH_X.
That's the money handle.
Whatever. Twitter, Instagram, and yeah. So guys, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and
yes, let's know your thoughts as well, actually.
And yes, please put your comments in the comment section below. We've spoken about a lot of different topics, so just let us know your thoughts on these topics, and we'll carry on the discussion. See you guys in the next video.
See ya. Is that the line?
Do you want to say bye?